Hey all, let's do another Curse of Strahd map. We are going to do the Gulthias tree. So, as I've mentioned before, over at Mad Cartographer, we have updated all of our Curse of Strahd maps. And we have started up a new Patreon tier, Adventure Vampire Hunters, which just contains supplementary Curse of Strahd adventure content, updated maps, and I want to show you how I'm setting those up. So we've updated our Gulthias tree maps, and we've gone through. The Curse of a Frost Maiden was the theme name. It was one of our earliest themes, and when we looked at this and came back, we saw things like our ground texture had come along in the 3 years since we did this. Our tree textures massively had improved. So we've done a pass through all of these and have updated the content. So what am I going to do with this one? Well, first of all, I'm going to wall the scene. I am going to look at the canopy, the few variants of this map. Let's have a look. I just want the daytime one. Gulthias canopy. Let's add it on. Line it up. And I'm going to say that these have an overhead height of 20 feet, I think. And they're set to always be visible. Let's see what this looks like for our trusty acolyte. Yeah, he now passes under on that path. Heads under our trees. Cool. Well, there's some shrubs, and some are shrubs, some are trees. But yeah, I like that. I don't think we'll wall this map. These ledges aren't enough that really warrants walling. And I don't like to wall around the tree because I feel like with a canopy tile that starts to have unusual effects. I would rather us just have... Well, let's see. Let me try an invisible wall. Just so people don't pass through the tree. We can see what this looks like. Did I take my acolyte off? I did. Let's add him back on. Yeah, I might leave that. Stops people from moving through the tree. There's obviously the suggestion that there's a canopy above this, but we decided that adding all of that in would just make something that looks perhaps a little bit too messy. So we've kept it as that. Then what do we want in terms of sounds? We probably want... Let's have a look what I've got here in terms of audio in our Vampire Hunters. I haven't created that audio yet. One moment. Okay, I've created some audio. We're going to go with Forest Ravens, obviously, it's Barovia. No volume easing, not constrained by walls. We are going to go with Eerie Wind, doing the same. And then I want to test something. Might have Eerie Wind be a little bit lower. I want to try the Spiderwebs audio. I know there's no spiders here, but the way I'm thinking about it is the blights. All those, obviously the Gulthias tree is the source of all the blights in Barovia, if you follow it raw. And I always ruled it that, you know, the forest folk of the druids had been feeding their dead to it, and because it had been corrupted, they're being like regurgitated as blights. So these blights were all technically the dead, like natives of Barovia. I want to try the spiderwebs noise because I feel like the skittering, the growth of all the plants might work for it. It might not, but we'll see. We try this combination of sounds. That the spiders might be a little bit too busy, that audio maybe. The wind is fine, but I need to make the ravens a bit louder. And do I want to put any weather effects on this? Sometimes the fog is sometimes a little bit much. Oh, I don't know. I really like that. We have got 4 versions of this map to do, so I feel like maybe having one of them be misty should be fine. Yeah, I am going to leave that. We may revisit it before we finish, though. So, that's our Gulthias tree. I'm going to rename it just to be Gulthias tree day. I don't feel I'll change the audio of these from one to the other. I don't feel like much changes in Barovia. Let's go Gulthias tree night. Obviously, we need to change out our tile as well, which is why we have a portion of down. This one, I feel like a foggy night is going to be more unusual. Your visibility is already affected anyway. So here we have it with nothing. But I am tempted to have one of them, and I feel like nighttime is the one to do it. To have it be rainy instead. So we have our regular rain, but we also have our rainstorm. Oh, that's maybe a bit... I think that might be a bit too much. Well, I could change this to have... We could lose the bird audio and add in sort of rainstorm audio instead. Let's see how that works. Yeah, okay. So we're going to try that. Let's go with... Where is our... Forest Ravens. We're going to swap out that to this. I feel like that's good. Let me just check and make sure that rainstorm isn't too much. Yeah, I feel like, but I don't like the splash effect. Obviously, we've tried to do a floor splash effect with the rainstorm, which is a bit too much for me. Yeah, I like this one. I'm happy with that. And obviously players can always change out. We're never going to make a combination of exactly what everybody wants for every single map. We have Gulthias tree Blood Moon. Change out that canopy. And we have... I've forgotten the name of the last one. It might be Sunset. Let's have a look. Yeah, Sunset. Or Sunrise. And we've got that one. I don't feel like we want the ambient weather effect for this one. Or for the Blood Moon, really. I feel like in a Blood Moon, you want to realise you're in a Blood Moon. Okay, so we have got a Blood Moon map, a daytime map with our fog on, a nighttime map with our storm, and our sunset map, or sunrise map. Again, all updated graphics, updated textures, new canopy features, improved sounds. As you'll have seen from the rock video I did previously, monks effects and levels where appropriate. But yeah, do consider swinging on over to our Mad Cartographer Patreon and checking out our Adventure Vampire Hunters tier. We get more and more content added every month to those. But yeah, I'll see you next time.